Hey, we're back, and Elaine and I are sitting here with Aaron Stash, manager for United Airlines for environmental strategy and sustainability. Welcome, Aaron.
Thank you. Welcome. Appreciate it.
Good to see you on the island.
Yeah.
Yes. So, United, you guys have been doing biofuels for a long time. And we just heard Lily Dong and a few other people talking about how aviation is kind of the last frontier in terms of clean energy, shipping and aviation. Tell us about some of the things that you've been doing and also why you think it's the last frontier really in terms of clean fuels.
Sure, absolutely. We're very excited for electric aircraft, solar aircraft. The solar aircraft landed here in Hawaii, I think a year or so back. It had the wingspan of a 747 and it flew one passenger. So the technology is there, but it's not going to be flying 200, 300 people anytime soon. We've done some calculations on battery technologies today. The battery itself would weigh 15 to 20 times more than the plane right now to fly that, again, 200 passenger aircraft. So United has really been focused on biofuels. We've been using biofuels out of Los Angeles since March of 2016, over 2 million gallons of fuel. Biofuels. We are the industry leader in sustainable aviation fuels, but it's taken us time.
What's the percentage of biofuels?
Sure, so we blend at a 30-70% rate, so 30% biofuels, 70% traditional fuel.
The FAA?
The max that we're allowed to do is 50-50.
Okay.
So from a scientific perspective, we could likely do more, but right now regulations are 50-50 blend.
So why do you do 30-70?
So it's really based on the density of the fuel, not the scientists, but to get scientific on it. The biofuel is less dense, and so in order to match the density of traditional fuel, it's a little bit less biofuel than traditional.
So I think one thing is that you've invested in creating the infrastructure for actually creating these biofuels, right? Because there's not much out there before you guys started investing in other companies.
Yeah, absolutely. So United had done studies, we'd commissioned some research on how do we jumpstart the industry and how do we get investment into it. And what we found is that we needed to take that first step. So United has invested over $30 million into the aviation biofuel industry to jumpstart that innovation, to get these refineries and these programs off the ground, because private investors weren't doing it. So the airline stepped in and said, this is important to us. We're going to put our investment in making this fuel possible.
And your big investment is in trash to fuel.
Yeah, that's right. So Fulcrum Bioenergy is our biggest partner. They just broke ground outside of Reno, Nevada last month on their refinery. So that converts household trash or municipal solid waste into jet fuel.
Like incineration? What is that? No,
so it's a Fischer-Tropsch process.
Okay.
Again, it's been around for a number of years, and they've mastered it so that they can take that trash. They have a two-part process. They separate the trash into recyclables, and then what they can use as a feedstock. Everything that's recyclable gets recycled, and then everything else is used to create jet fuel.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, sort of switching a little bit, congratulations. I think earlier this week you received the Audubon Green Award for the terminal in LAX. So what was involved in, what's different about that with your site in
absolutely.
LAX?
I mean, so we're looking at sustainability in the air and on the ground and at our facilities. So when we look at our United clubs, it's a really good opportunity for United to take the lead in sustainable hospitality. So these clubs are very much like a hotel, except without the bedrooms, if you will, the rooms there. We offer restaurants and bars, and there's shower services and all these different things. And so we wanted to make sure that the operations of those clubs were also sustainable. So what are we doing in terms of recycling, in terms of composting, sourcing locally for the food that we offer in the clubs, as well as all the energy use and the water use. So beyond the building itself, how are we running the building? How are we operating?
So we have a minute left or less. You guys are one of the sponsors for Sustainable Tourism Summit, which John is co-facilitating this afternoon. Tell us about what you guys are hoping to accomplish through this Sustainable Tourism Summit that's focused on data.
Yeah, so absolutely. I mean, we're excited to be part of the Sustainable Tourism Summit. We're excited to be part of it here in Hawaii. United is the largest carrier out of Hawaii to the mainland U.S. We've been flying to Hawaii, I think, for over 70 years. And what we really want to understand is, what can we learn from this conversation? What can we learn from everybody in the room to understand what they're looking for from the aviation industry, and what can we share in terms of our biofuel work, as well as the work that we do with a company group called Clean the World, which a lot of the hotels on the islands already use, where they're recycling or upcycling their soaps and shampoos. So it's everything down to, we have amenity kits on board our aircraft that customers will leave behind, and we're taking those and donating them to veterans groups, to homeless shelters. So, making sure that our waste footprint is as low as possible, and doing things with our with these items that we wouldn't be doing otherwise. So, looking forward to some great ideas there.
Great stuff. So we've been talking with Aaron Stash from United Airlines, and we're going to throw